Hey, my name's Sarth,
Hi, I'm Bernardo.
and I'm going to be teaching Bernardo about proper sleep hygiene today. So, Bernardo, my first question to you is how many hours of sleep do you get at night?
Probably around 6.
Do you feel like that's enough? Like that's sufficient? Do you wake up feeling tired at night? I mean, during the day?
Because sometimes, but you can never complain about sleeping more.
Okay. Do you feel like you need to sleep more at night? Like, do you need more sleep throughout the
Probably like 1 or 2 more hours would be good.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how gaining those 1 or 2 hours of sleep at night can help you. Another question I have for you is, do you have any other factors that can cause your sleep deprivation? Like, what does a typical night look like before you go to sleep?
I'll probably eat like dinner super late, which is probably a no-go.
Okay.
And then I'm always on my phone right before I go to sleep, so it's like it keeps me up sometimes.
Okay, so definitely eating a big dinner or even eating dinner late at night can help cause that sleep deprivation because it causes inflammation in your intestines. It can cause you to just stay up longer because you want to digest that food. And also being on your phone or electronics late at night is definitely a no-go because the blue light in electronics makes you stay up longer. I will definitely talk about those points throughout my presentation. And yeah. So another question I have for you is, what parts of your life can be affected by sleep deprivation?
I would say probably the biggest factor would be I don't have a regular sleeping schedule.
Okay. Any other things?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay, so sleep problems have been associated with deficits in attention and academic performance, drowsy driving, risk-taking behavior and depression, impaired social relationships, and poor health. How many students out of 1,845 people do you think could have a sleep disorder? Well, the answer is over 500 students. 27% of that 1,845 were at risk for at least one type of sleep disorder. And that's just crazy. So what is sleep hygiene? So sleep hygiene is use of different techniques and practices to improve and maintain your sleep quality. Poor sleep hygiene is caused by behaviors, practices, rituals, and habits that make it difficult to go to sleep, remain asleep, or wake up. So out of this, I remember you were saying that you are on your electronics a lot, you eat a lot before you sleep. Do you think there's anything else on this chart that...
I think it's just that.
Okay. So for sleep hygiene, the positive habits that you can develop are sticking to a schedule, so sleeping every day at 9 p.m. or sleeping every day at 10 p.m. because that'll just help your brain develop a constant rhythm. Avoid naps during the day. Avoid naps that are like longer than an hour because you will often wake up feeling groggy and it'll be harder for you to sleep at night. You should exercise daily at least 4 hours before bed. You should have a positive sleep environment where there's good temperature, you have a good mattress, a good pillow, etc. You should avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and heavy meals in the evening. And you were saying that you typically have a pretty hefty meal pretty late at night too. And you should avoid doing other activities in bed. Some negative habits are irregular sleep patterns, which you were saying that you have, working the night shift, taking long naps during the day, being in an uncomfortable temperature, drinking, smoking, or eating heavy meals, staring at technology before bed, and exercising before bed. So take a moment to think about when you did not get enough sleep. When was the last time that happened?
Last night.
And how did you feel throughout the day? Or like, how did you feel today?
Like pretty tired and just like slow down.
Was it hard to do like your schoolwork, and just different activities of your daily life?
Yeah, it affects like pretty much everything just because I feel pretty tired and like I'm moving in slow motion.
Okay. So let's definitely go over how you can fix those problems. So sleep deprivation is insufficient sleep or sleepiness is the condition of not having enough sleep. It can be either chronic or acute and may vary widely in severity. The 3 types of sleep disorders are dysomnias, parasomnias, and medical/psychological disorders. The side effects of sleep deprivation are obesity, where you can gain weight, have a slow metabolism, and even gain type 2 diabetes. Depression, which is giving you a lack of motivation, memory issues. It could harm your relationships and have you more likely to overreact to different situations. It can cause a weak immune system, which makes it more likely for you to get sick or get a cold, cause cardiovascular diseases, and even increase your risk of cancers. It can cause stress, which tends for you to have high blood pressure. It can increase your chances of stroke and even a lack of focus. So some of the signs and symptoms of sleep deprivation are that you could be tired, moody, depressed, headaches, yawning, fatigue, red eyes, dark circles, weak bones and joints, diabetes, cramps and soreness, ages the skin, can develop face wrinkles, feeling hungrier and eating more frequently, lose brain tissue, have a low sex drive, get a cold, loss of vision, decrease in memory. How many of these do you think happen to you?
I probably get tired and moody and then just fatigue.
Do you ever get any headaches or anything else?
No.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. So some of the health risks associated, again, are obesity, depression, stress. We've went over all of that. So we're actually going to talk about the foods that you should eat before bed, because you tend to say that you have a large meal pretty late at night. So why don't definitely should not. You should eat probably 3 to 4 hours before bed and then keep it light. So you could have warm milk, tea, lean protein sources like grilled chicken, healthy fats, nuts, dark chocolate, green leafy vegetables, salmon, anti-inflammatory foods, and fiber. How many of these do you think you have throughout the day?
Probably throughout the day, I have like nuts and tea and healthy fats and vegetables. But at night, I usually just have like a very big meal.
And what does that meal typically consist of?
Fried chicken.
Okay. So as you see on this next slide, foods to avoid are your large meals, which you say, inflammatory foods, processed foods, alcohol, soda, junk foods, spicy foods, simple crabs, vegetables, even like broccoli and cauliflower can help cause sleep deprivation, and limit your high saturated fat foods. So fried chicken, I'm sorry, it's great to eat, but try and have that more for lunch maybe.
Okay.
And just try and have a healthier, more balanced diet for dinner especially. You should also incorporate that throughout the day, because having fried chicken every day, of course, is going to affect you. And yeah. So now we're going to talk about what you can do to help better your routine. So what are some 3 things that you think from the PowerPoint and what I've told you that you can do, like start doing today so you have a better sleep schedule? Or just better
first
sleep?
One, probably have a regular sleep schedule.
Okay.
And then 2, do not use my electronics before I go to bed.
Okay.
And then the 3rd one would be eating lighter and having an earlier dinner.
Okay, those 3 things definitely will heavily impact your sleep, and you'll see a positive effect on how much you sleep and how good you sleep. So let's try having you sleep every day, let's say at 10 p.m. and waking up at a consistent time too. Try to limit your electronics to only using your electronics an hour before you go to bed, and then putting your phone, your computer, whatever away, and you'll find yourself having a much deeper sleep and going to sleep a lot sooner. Also avoid, of course, your junk foods, your heavy dinners, because having a heavy dinner tends to make you stay up later because your body wants to digest your foods, and it can also cause your heartburn, and just whatnot at night. So try and keep those limited. Try to have healthier foods before you sleep. Try maybe having like a glass of milk or tea before you sleep. I know personally that helps me. And yeah, do you have any other questions?
No, I think everything's straightforward.
Okay, and I look forward to seeing your progress and how, if this helps you sleep better at night. Thank you.